Hello, my name is Brett Armstrong, and this is how to make Moka Pot Coffee. First thing you'll need is Moka Pot. You can find these maybe underneath your grandmother's cabinets. I had to buy mine on Amazon because my grandmother didn't have one. You also need some coffee. I'm using Italian roast. This is from What's Brewing in San Antonio. So first step is boiling water. You can do this one of two ways. You can either put water into the base like I am and boil it first, or you could boil your water in a tea kettle. The reason you want to boil your water ahead of time and not have the coffee sitting in the funnel is to not overcook the coffee. If you do that, then the coffee does not taste good. It tastes very sour, and you don't want to do that. So fill the water right up to below that steam valve, and then if you're doing it my way by just filling up the little base, just set it on the stove. So step 2 is filling the funnel with coffee. I just use a spoon. I like to put the little tip of the funnel above the coffee, so usually little particles fall through, so it just catches it, so you're not wasting precious coffee. I usually filled up to about 1/8 of an inch from the top. Seems to work pretty well for me. You do not want to tamp this down too much. You'll see I smoothed it out a little bit, but you don't want to do more than that. You don't want to apply pressure. This isn't a actual espresso machine. With those, like at Starbucks, you'd have to press down on the coffee and compress it. So while we wait for the water to boil here, and as soon as it does, we are going to move it around just to give it a little bit more heat. When it finally starts really bubbling, we pick it up. You need 2 oven mitts for this, and you put that funnel right in and screw it all together. You want it pretty tight. You don't want to be afraid to. You don't want to over torque it, but you don't want to have it leaking. I've had it leak a couple times. So you want this at medium heat before this forces its way out. If you put too much heat, it's not going to taste good, and if you do too little heat, then it's not going to taste good again. It's going to be sour, and it's going to over extract, and you don't want that. You want just the middle ground. And I'll be honest here, I did this a little hot. I should have turned down the heat a little bit more. Towards the end, it usually does that little popping, and that's when you know your brew is pretty much done. I usually keep the lid on, and as soon as it's done, I pour it out, and I run it underneath cold water. I should have shown that, but you want to run it under cold water and separate it like it is on the left. So this step, we're making the frothy milk. We're going to microwave it first, and then once it's out of the microwave, we pour in a little bit of flavoring, French vanilla flavoring, and a little bit of sugar. I'll be honest, I don't like super dark coffee. It's not the greatest, in my opinion. And we stir that up with our little Ikea frother. I think that was like $7 or something. It's pretty good. Works pretty well. I'm gonna pour that out. Beautiful. Try to make a little art, but I don't know. It looks like a Jackson Pollock or something. It's pretty good.